friend. So I felt like I was supposed to get on and just share something God had put on my heart a while ago. And the verse he had given me was, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good." And then he had told me, like, there's getting ready to be a day that you will taste and see that I am good. And then he reminded me of that old saying, because he knows I love old sayings. And it was, the proof is in the pudding. And I had to go look up what that meant for sure, because you sometimes know and have an idea, but it's different than actually knowing. So I went and I looked it up, and it was like I thought, that basically you have to taste a thing for yourself before you're able to fully know. Like, someone can tell you, like, that's really good, but until you yourself taste it, it's just not the same thing. And that the proof is in the pudding. Like, as soon as you taste it, you're just gonna know, like, yeah, that is some really good stuff. And no, I've never tasted Christmas pudding, and from what I've researched, it doesn't sound too delectable. But he, of course, was using it as an allegory, as usual. And what he was just kind of laying on my heart is he gave me this picture, actually, of a little girl or little kid up on their tiptoes, and they were just trying so hard to reach this famed Christmas pudding, because everybody had told them how good it was, and they just wanted to taste it for themselves and just really see, is it that good? But every time they reached for it, even on tiptoe, even trying to get a chair, they just couldn't reach it. And God said, that is how somebody has been feeling, besides me. That no matter how hard they reach, that thing that they just know is so sweet, so good, so great, is just always out of reach. And then, out of not being able to reach it, not being able to attain it, disappointment sets in. And that heartache, it seeps down to the very core, until they tell themselves over and over enough times till they start to almost believe it, that they don't really want that Christmas pudding. It ain't that good anyways. And so they just kind of sit there, arms crossed, just like, whatever, I don't care. But deep down, they really do care. And God said, he knows, he sees just how it's felt, as time after time, other people have seemed to get that delectable thing that you've heard so much about and you just want to have. But he said, hold on, sweet child of my heart, because your turn is coming. And one day, sooner than you think, you are going to be able to taste and see that I am good. I am going to be able to take that thing off the shelf, that thing that you've been praying for, that thing that you know in your heart that God has for you, that he's promised you. And he is going to be bringing it down, not just within your reach, but he's going to set it down before you at his table. And he's going to say, pull up a chair. It is time to dig in. And you are going to have a huge spoonful of his goodness, his grace, his love. And the proof is going to be in the pudding, friend. It is going to overwhelm you with just how good it is. Because despite all the craziness, despite the heartache, despite disappointment after disappointment, and sorrows that you can't even put into words, despite it all, friend, God is still good, and he is up to something good that is going to surprise and amaze you. So get ready. Don't let disappointment creep in, because I know it's hard. Because then if we're just sitting here, we could be like a teenager, and when he says, come, sit at the table, I have it ready, you could be like, shh, you've taken too long. I have a teenager, so I can pretend real well. And get that attitude and be like, why, God? And let that disappointment that has crept in keep you from the blessing that God has set at that table and invited you to sit at. Friend, he still has great, amazing things. He cannot wait till you taste and see just how good he is. The proof will be in the pudding, friend, and you're going to be so amazed, and you just can't keep it to yourself. You're going to just be telling everybody how good God is. I love you, friend. I am praying for you. I can't wait to hear all about the amazing stuff that God is getting ready to do in your life.